So some zoos, actually probably a lot of zoos, use like tourist interest incentives to pay employees. So it's like in your best interest to just climb as fast as possible and work with like big cats, or like if there's like nocturnal buildings are pretty popular. And so, like, you want to, like, when you go in and you understand the system as an employee, like, even at 16, it's in your best interest just to, like, pick something that's really popular instead of something that you would, like or that's safe, and go to, hey, no problem, Trey, I wasn't talking or anything. Get off of Instagram.
No,
We're live, bro.
Yeah, it's you're good, Trey. It wasn't anything interesting, don't worry.
I didn't realize we were filming.
talking about
But no, so a lot of employees would, like, you can't, like, necessarily pick and choose unless you're really good for some reason. But, like, giraffes are, like, a huge thing because they're really popular all the time. And you get to go up on, like, the skyrise and feed them. Or you have incentives to do an event, which an event could be, like, a 10-minute exhibition on an animal. Like, you're just, like, talking. You know how they do it, like, SeaWorld or something?
Yeah, sure.
So I don't know how I got on that. Oh, yeah, but so I'd love to work at a zoo.
It'd be fun.
Because it'd be cool. And there's like incentives to put in the extra effort or do something a bit more hazardous as long as you have the training.
It's just very driven based. You know, if you're 100%. A driven person, it's
which
a
is
perfect
the best
job for
that's
you.
the best way to run a company. So zoos have it made, except for the fact that they contain animals.
That could kill you. But
It's
a very small thing. It's fine.
minor.
Minor details.
Thank you for that intro, Isaiah. But honestly, a welcome to Speaking Sporadically would have sufficed. But we appreciate the effort. This episode 139.
See, I gave you so much time to look it up, and you didn't do it. I was trying to cover for you.
Yeah, you got. You know what?
I should have
You're
nudged
right.
you.
You're right. Yeah.
My bad.
It might even
It's
be
like
140.
139.
It's something.
It doesn't matter. I don't even know why we say it. 138.
138.
The
That's a
last
special number. You know why?
It's prime.
I don't know. Jacob,
Is
what's Pokemon Pokédex entry 138?
No way he has this off the dome.
Poliwag.
Oh, please.
that-
Oh,
no
please.
way.
Oh, please. Oh,
Actually,
please.
Poliwag.
So I guess. Okay.
I was saying, I don't even think Poliwag's a first gen.
I don't know. I don't think so either.
It's not.
It absolutely
second
has to be a first gen.
No way.
So there's what?
It's Almanite.
151.
151.
151 in the first gen if you include Dragonite.
Almanite's... Oh, sorry. Almanite is a rock water? I thought it was fossil.
That's not a type.
Is it not? What is
Rock.
Aerodactyl?
Flying.
I thought there were fossil
think
types.
it's
Like,
flying
you
rock.
have Aerodactyl, you have a Kabuto, Kabutops, and...
Yeah, they're
Almanite?
fossil Pokemon, but they're not. That's not a type at all.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Like
like
there's a fossil
Aerodactyl...
Pokemon.
Or Kabuto was like the fossil Pokemon,
It's
and
the
then types.
It's the fossilized Pokemon,
I
but
guess
it's
that makes
still
sense. Yeah, what
rock or
what
water or
weakness would you
whatever.
give a fossil type Pokemon?
being dead.
Oil drills. Being dead. Extinction
Fossil
types.
fuels.
Meteors.
Meteors.
Big corporations.
Draco meteor is just an instant kill no matter what health they are.
Oh, that's funny. What would you do for $1,000, Jacob? Like, what's the bare minimum crazy thing you do for like $1,000?
You mean the maximum crazy thing or bare minimum?
Oh yeah, maximum crazy
crazy
thing. Maximum crazy thing.
Maximum crazy for 1,000.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Maximum crazy for 1,000.
Probably.
That's why I asked him.
It's 20-foot jump onto the ground.
20?
That's it,
Yeah, 20 foot.
I wouldn't
dude.
go.
I get
I
kicked
wouldn't
out
go
of a
21,
concert
dude.
for $1,000.
Kicked out of a concert?
Yeah, like first night of country concert, get like bands cut for 1,000.
It's not that wild.
Well, obviously, you're stealing like $600 that way, or making away with
But
it.
like if like I'm starting a fight or I'm doing something that actually deserves it, not just
Okay,
like
so
standing
that's
on a
included in the.
That's included in my like getting kicked out
Just chuck
part.
like
So
an
it
empty
has to
beer.
be-
Yeah, I was
That's
saying
not
just
going to
chuck a
hurt
beer.
anybody.
Not choke a
Usually.
full one at least.
Make it worth his
You
while.
don't have to chuck a full one though.
He's gonna
I
make it
know.
worth his while at least
It
because
was
band's
fun.
cut.
I'd give someone a minor concussion. Yeah.
So you're saying chucking a full beer? Yeah, that would definitely get you kicked
Oh,
out.
it's gonna get you
But
kicked.
is that more crazy than a 20-foot
Jumping
drop?
20 foot onto
willingly?
I
On
don't
the
know,
what? Like dirt,
concrete.
Grass.
grass. I don't know. Last time you fell on grass, it didn't go well for you, and that was like 6 feet, 5.5 really, because of your head.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But yeah.
I don't know.
I got a weirder
Would-
question.
Oh,
Ooh.
please.
What is one bodily secretion you would swim in?
Sweat.
It has to be.
Yeah, it's gotta be sweat.
dude. There's nothing. Oh,
Saliva.
tears,
Tears.
bro.
Tears.
Tears. I would do tears.
I think it's
almost
the same
same as
thing. I
sweat.
think it is.
Specifically
Yes.
baby tears.
It's
but
close. Oh, okay. Is that like? Does it have like regenerative properties?
I think so. It's the fountain of youth, bro. Come on.
Want to do earwax? Just kind of like.
Is that I guess it is a secretion. It's
It
just
is.
it's just solid.
I say it's more
wax.
solid.
It's a
Either you wouldn't be able to swim in it or you drown.
No, you just kind of like float in there. Just like
You
you
wanna
just
do
kind of sit and you
earwax?
would just sit.
No, I wouldn't do
Like
that.
if you'd sit in a
man.
big
Still
tub
wouldn't.
of butter, you just kind of
That's the best sound to describe that.
getting
man.
out and go.
Why are you so good at that, dude?
I don't know. I have no clue. I haven't thought
Yeah,
about it.
it's not
It's not like I've done it
suspicious.
before. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
What would be the worst one?
The worst
Um,
bodily secretion.
I think I can. If we're allowed to
if
say
we're
it.
counting wax as a secretion,
Definitely shit.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Does that count? I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it
it
does.
does.
I think it does. I think
Yeah.
it does.
It's coming out of
Get
you.
enough liquidy.
I don't know. I feel
Goodness.
like that might be good. Like everyone mudding before.
Denver scored again too.
Dude,
Right now,
that's tough.
what's today? January 5th?
Yes.
January
Yes.
5th, the Bengals are fighting for their playoff spot for
It's
the
not gonna
2024
happen.
season. They need the Broncos and the Dolphins to lose. And right now, Broncos are up 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
So,
It's
Kansas City's just laying down.
yeah.
They don't want us. They don't want that smoke.
When do playoffs start? 2 weeks? Week and a
Next week already. It has to be next week
Is there no
already.
gap?
next
Is there
week,
no
isn't
gap?
I thought there was a gap. But then why would they sit? If there was a gap, a 2-week gap, I feel like the NFL would force players to play.
no. 'Cause,
Unless
I mean, you
they're
still don't want to get
Usually
people
they
injured.
take a week break though between
Still, it's not about
Championship
rest,
Sunday
about
and the Super
injured.
Bowl, don't they?
Someone's
think-
injured.
Yes, I think so. I don't
I
think
think-
there's
Start.
If they had a 2-week gap, wouldn't that push it to President's Day then, the Super Bowl? Because it's 1 week after?
Bro,
I know we talked about it, but
It should be wild
President's
card.
Day-
It should be wild cards next
Yeah, just
weekend, and then they should start. And then there's a gap between Championship Sunday and the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's what I always remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if they put in an extra week in the beginning of playoffs, and especially now, but I did mention this last time, like 2 years and 3 years ago when Cincy sat players. It just sucks to watch, and like for the millions of people with fantasy, I know you can edit it so you end early, but I think if they don't fix it, they're gonna have the same problem the NBA has, where it's like players sit all the time and they have to like actually fix it, and then people get mad. But anyways, if you push it back a week and then just make the teams play that week, because it's the last week of regular season, so like a bunch of people are gonna tune in to watch. It'd just be better because now, like Cincinnati's situation isn't entirely unique. Like it's not rare; it happens a lot.
Mhm.
And so it's like Cincinnati's won 5 weeks in a row, and obviously I'm biased, but and now it's entirely out of their hands, even though like they're the hottest team in the NFL right now.
Just don't suck at the beginning.
Is there a hotter team?
I mean,
Last night's game was
They-
not that great.
no, and they
was a
barely
punt off,
beat
good
Denver, and
kickoff.
Denver's not bad, but they're
Denver's
also
also
not
pretty
like
good.
a top.
They've been playing better than they were at the beginning of the year.
They're a
in the
playoff
same
team.
boat we are. To
Yeah.
give Denver absolute all fairness,
The
they're
record,
not playing.
the
bad.
record deserves a playoff slot.
Yeah.
I
if they-
agree.
if they clutch
It'll
up.
be it'll be a fun team to watch. Like,
But-
it's spicy. It's fun.
But I just think you make them play, and it makes the playoff contenders a lot more interesting and fair. Because it's not our fault. Our schedule ended up the way it was.
I don't know. You make a team play though. If they clinched a 1 seed. If teams clinched a 1 seed, they clinched a 1 seed. I don't know how you can force them to play.
By telling the penalty if they don't, they can take the penalty if they want. But
I don't think it'd be
I
dumb.
mean, at the end of
They're
the day,
risking
the
it.
NFL is at the end of the day, the NFL has turned itself into an entertainment organization. So they should force them to play. It just makes the most sense. They'll get more money that way. They really would in the last week.
So they have like players unions and stuff that's not going to allow them to force them to
yeah.
play.
The NFLPL was
Yeah.
a player league.
Because it makes zero sense.
NBA
if
has
they
it too.
clinch.
They just made adjustment to the rules.
The only rule that they made
They
is
just
they're
have to
not
come to an
eligible
agreement.
for awards, and they could just say fuck the awards, like
Yeah.
all NBA
Yeah.
selections if they just want.
Well, it's also like you
And then
give them
you
an
have
extra
to-
week.
Then you have to
of
go
recovery.
into what consecrates playing. Like, can I just have the 11 starters out there and then they snap the ball and take a knee?
Which
repeatedly.
I think it does count as playing. 'Cause Josh Allen did that today
Yeah,
with like
Josh
the
Allen
starter
did
or
that
whatever.
today,
So
so
he got
he could
counted
be
as
the
playing.
starter. So yeah, then you have to go into what.
I just think if you have a healthy roster, now that could also become the thing of like you can make up something and have your team's trainers just be like, oh yeah, you got like a swollen ankle. We don't want anything. If it gets worse in the next 2 weeks, even though we have an extra rest week.
The entire starting
wanna do
lineup
it.
all has illness this week for whatever reason.
Yeah, they all have an illness.
Because it makes no sense for them to play because they get injured. Like today, the Packers, Jordan Love got injured, and so did
Yeah.
Christian Watson.
It makes more
Do
sense.
we agree though that
for-
it is a little sucky? Not just for Cincy, like I'm saying, but like it is a little sucky that it just happens this way, just because.
It's just how the game.
Because you guys are
sadly.
right. There's no truly like 100% effective way to solve the situation. That's a win-win for everybody.
Because whoever gets to play like some of the shittier divisions in football, like the NFC South,
Yeah.
like it's like an easy path to the victory technically. 'Cause most of those teams suck.
Yeah, that's true. It's just a bummer.
Even some of NFC West. I mean, Arizona's not that good. 49ers have been mid-tier at best. Obviously, they've had a lot of injuries, but there's a lot of teams out there like that are like, this is almost an automatic dub.
Yeah. Not only is you have a better chance of getting the playoffs, your schedule is easier because at least 6 of your games are divisional games.
Yeah,
in your
because what was
division.
it, Buccaneers last year, 2 years ago when they made the playoffs, or what, 8-8 when they won the NFC South or whatever, and they
Something
made
like
the playoffs because they were technically the divisional winners, but they weren't that good.
Yeah.
Well, while there are some people in like the NFC North or whoever who are like 10 and whatever or 9 and whatever.
But
Nope.
Yeah.
SOL. Sucks,
Say,
buddy. See you
In
later.
the AFC, everyone was fighting for the last playoff spot with like 10 or 11 wins.
It's
There's 10 or
insane.
11 win teams getting pushed
AFC
out.
is so good right now.
You know how to do for $1,000? Even just 1,000? I go toe to toe with Ray Lewis on lineup.
toe to toe, yeah. You don't give me any space, sure.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not
Absolutely.
giving him 10 feet to charge up, dude.
no.
But I figure if I get really drunk and just loosen my body, moment of impact, I don't think the injuries would be that bad.
If I get that
just
drunk
feel it
enough,
the
I
next
think
day.
I'd beat him, bro.
Yeah. Well,
I
I'm
get loaded enough. I'm like, you're going down.
down,
buddy.
Yeah.
And then Jack
Just get
Daniels
rage
will
and
kick in
drunk.
me and just, I'll crush him.
Or your Jim Beam's going to hit.
But as long as I don't get like hospital-worthy injuries that I have to pay for, like it's $1,000.
Boom.
If someone came up to me and offered me $1,000 to do that, I would say yes.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
If it's no space and like it's just like,
Yeah.
Right there.
Now, if I had to like try to like run a route when he's in the backfield, I'm not doing that.
or if it's like a scramble drill, like it's like
Oh,
they're,
no.
all, they're all blitzing, but you have 5 blocker. Like no,
Yeah, no.
not
I'm getting
happening.
out of there.
No.
What wouldn't you do for $1,000?
Pay someone 1,001, probably.
I would.
just to
I think it's worth the dollar to give someone
1,000.
$1,000. It'd feel good.
So
Or
you're
sorry,
giving
I'd
them
give
$1.
someone 1,001. then I'd
Yeah.
give
So
1,000.
it feels good just to give someone $1.
Yeah. No.
Wouldn't you
I'd
just
give them
give them
1,001, and then I'd get $1,000 for that.
No. Oh, I guess yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So give-
Yeah,
Essentially
feels
just
good.
Yeah. I
losing
thought, when I
$8.
said it, did you say that or did I say that? Oh, I said it. I
Yeah.
meant like if you give this person
They'll
1,001,
give
they'll
you
just give you 1,000.
1,000 back.
But no, you're right. I would totally do that.
No, you can't change your answer now, Isaiah.
Well, it's a different
You're a bad
scenario.
person.
I thought it
It's
was
a
things we
different
wouldn't
scenario.
do. We would not do.
Well, that's what I meant. I wouldn't give somebody 1,001 if they in turn gave me 1,000. I wouldn't lose $1 for 1,000.
It's all right, Isaiah. I'm just more moral than you.
But I would
I
give
wouldn't
somebody
because
else
it's-
1,001
I
if
would
somebody who
not.
told me to or asked me if I would gave me 1,000 back.
like you would though.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Everyone at home. Thanks for like the 50 people who watched the last episode, by the way. That was
Damn,
really cool.
50?
It was
Really?
like 45 or something when I
Alright.
last checked in on it.
It's pretty good considering
Ain't
we
bad.
basically took a 10-month vacation.
I know. we didn't post
We've
on
been
the
busy.
Instagram or anything. We
Yeah.
just put it up. It was awesome.
I didn't even check it. But
Yeah.
check right
So
now.
yeah, we really appreciate that. I saw that wiggle and I'm gonna
46.
46.
Well, did we film
If
our
this
last
one hits 60, I'll go and get a better mixer so we don't get that.
Our first
buzzing.
one back was 75. Last one was a Christmas
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Did we film our Christmas one before Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what we got. I know Luke had a little story about what he got for Christmas.
I did.
And honestly, it was a Christmas treat for me, but it could have been an even bigger treat, honestly. And I'll let Luke explain, and then I'll
Do
explain.
you
my
guys
side.
want to go first before I launch in deep into my story, or what do we want?
Yeah, we can do real quick because I didn't.
So I didn't
So
get
who
it.
thinks they got the worst stuff? That person can start.
What? I got gas stuff, man. I got cool stuff. I got a drinking game that it's really fun. Devin and Trey have played it. It's really, really fun. And then I got a T. Higgins jersey.
Ooh.
Shouts out my girlfriend. I haven't worn it yet.
I would die laughing if he leaves after this year. He's
Oh,
most likely not
gosh.
going to.
I'd
but-
still wear that. He's still my favorite player
I
in the
love
NFL.
T. Higgins.
He's still
Yeah,
my favorite.
I agree.
And then, oh, I'm not wearing those ones. I got a pair of shoes and a Beyblade set from my sister.
Ooh.
I got a set of Beyblades and an arena.
That's actually
Honestly,
sick.
that's
That's
kinda
actually
cool.
sick.
It's kinda
Should have
Fire.
brought it. Haven't played Beyblades in years.
It's so loud though.
Screw the game you're bringing on. Why haven't you brought your Beyblades out with
Beyblade drinking game.
us?
Every hit's a drink.
If your Beyblade explodes, oh my goodness, if your Beyblade explodes like they used to in the old days, you just take a shot,
Yeah.
finish your beer.
Every hit is a drink, 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 drink.
Just put it back.
Oh, I got this cool. It's supposed to be a rug, but I got this cool like I don't know, like wolf's fur rug. And it's really warm, and I put it on. I look like Jon Snow. So
Ooh,
I really
that's
like
kinda
that
cool.
one. It's gas. Thanks, Grandma.
Grandma's a real one.
Next.
Yeah, I can go next. I got a bartending set.
Oh,
I was
nice.
very happy about. And then I got a really nice backpack cooler, but it's almost for camping. It's like camping quality, not just something you would like go out with.
Throw it
Yeah.
to the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got a really nice like North Face jacket, like a black suit jacket kind of deal, but it's more for the winter. It's waterproof and everything, so it's pretty nice.
So I got a lot of clothes, which is good, which is like needed.
Yeah, I love clothes, dude.
Cause like I was thinking about this the other day, and like obviously the older you get, like Christmas like gets harder to get gifts for, cause like the things I want are like
I just buy it for myself.
I buy it for myself, or it's like, well, what I want right now, what I'm saving to get is like a down payment for a house, like a car,
Yeah.
like investments, and I'm like, hey, you can't get that as a gift. Like at this point,
Dude, if Grandma
all the
started giving
physical
me
items.
stocks for Christmas, though, that'd be
pretty
awesome.
Gift cards to like real estate agencies.
yeah. But I got like a vinyl record player too. I think it's like the one you have up in Toledo.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Oh,
it was,
those are
I think
awesome.
those
Those are
are
really
the
cool.
exact
Yeah.
ones. But so I'm gonna start collecting like vinyl records and stuff. I wanted to
That's
for
awesome.
a while. I got candy. I know I got other stuff. I just can't remember.
I'm trying
My
to sell a
memory's
vinyl
terrible.
for Shrek 2 soundtrack. No, just Shrek
There's
soundtrack.
which is
In
actually.
Sydney, and I wanted it so bad.
Do you even have a record player?
Yeah. Well, my family has one that we just dug out from like the 90s, which is cool.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
then my little sister has one that's like basically portable.
So you can get a record player for pretty cheap. It's just the vinyls that cost so
Yeah, they
much.
cost a lot,
The thing is, it's
which makes
way
sense.
in, though. I mean, vinyl is the most, like, collectible way almost to listen to music anymore.
I left a vinyl in
Have a
the
good
car
time.
one time in the middle of the summer, and it was like a blank one, which was cool because it melted and like shriveled up into like this chip bowl looking thing. It's all wavy,
Ooh.
but even empty vinyls are like not cheap.
Gotcha. So I got country concert tickets.
Classic.
I guess I technically haven't gotten it yet, but I will get it eventually. Gift cards, a drinking game that we played.
What was
The
it?
Christmas one.
The Tipsy Land or whatever. Is that what
Tipsy
it's
Yeah,
called?
yeah. Which, is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Something like that.
All right.
Well, I actually did get a bowling ball. Mom got me a new bowling ball.
Does it
Low-key.
smell like grapes?
No.
My sister's old one.
Oh,
smelled
you
like
didn't get it
grapes.
scented or whatever?
I do not get. I don't buy with Storm. I usually only throw motive balls, so I'm a little biased in that regard. Grandma gave me $200 cash, like she always does. Goat at gift, and an ornament. Always get an ornament. But maybe my favorite gift of all, is now getting to make fun of Felix for burning down his snowmobile.
Hey, plug your Instagram so that they can.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and go follow us on Instagram at Super Michigan Sledders
With a
Two
Z.
Z's, and it ends
Yes.
with a Z. Maybe we can tag it below or something. I don't know.
We can find something.
All right. either way. So we post. When we go snowmobiling, we take pictures and we post things there. But 4 miles off. 4 miles off. Christmas. What do you call it? The day after Christmas. Is there a fun name for that?
I usually call it Thursday.
Well, it was Thursday. I actually really like Thursdays. 4 miles off the trailer, though. Felix's snowmobile caught fire, burned to the ground. Nothing left. Just burnt the whole thing down. And now I got to make fun of him for burning his snowmobile
What
down.
Towns or what like counties fire department showed up, by the way? Because it cracked me up.
Oh yeah, so it was Newberry. We were really
Newberry.
close to the town.
Okay.
The town of Newberry. It was their
Okay.
volunteer fire department. Them bold boys. I swear, at least a minimum of 9 guys showed up.
It cracked me up that you're like, hey, shout out to the Mulberry Fire
The
Department.
Newberry
you know,
fire
coming
department.
and helping us out.
Putting her out. They brought a scoot shovel and just.
At least you were warm while you waited.
Yeah, it wasn't cold. Definitely very warm. Nice fire. A lot of black smoke, though. The environmentalists did not like us for that, but
So they just came, just started shoveling snow.
yeah,
on
they
top.
just shoveled
It's like,
snow on
Yeah.
top. By the time they got there, they got their snowmobiles out there and kind of ran down to the trail to us. Like it was all
nothing
gone.
left.
I mean, there was maybe a bit of track, but other than that, it was just like the steel frame pieces. And that was it. They threw snow on it till it quit sizzling. Tossed them off to the side of the trail and said, Club will pick those up in the spring. You're good to go.
So you just
we
hop
ran,
on-
we ran back up to where they had brought their fire truck out and stuff, and Felix had to go do a report with the chief or whatever.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it.
So
Mom
no.
got a ride back to the hotel with the guy who had brought the snowmobiles out. Got their fire department snowmobiles, obviously. So she was like, "Where are you staying?" Mom's like, "The hotel we're at." She's like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, that's close. I'll just drive you there."
Nice.
She was there and took the spare sled out. Got after it again, but
See, originally when I saw that, I saw Felix posted on his story. of a
dude,
sled
everyone
burning
thought
down.
it was my new one.
I know, and that's what I was talking about at the beginning when I said it could have been a better gift. Because either way, it's a terrible thing, and like realistically, I don't want it to happen because it's a new snowmobile. It's like terrible, but
it
how
would've been a little funny.
and
Yours
ironic
is
would have
insured.
been.
Oh, mine's
Yeah,
insured,
it's
all right.
too.
Yeah.
So that's like that makes
Yeah.
it better. It's like
And I
insured.
got warranty. So
Yeah.
like Ski-Doo really might
Oh, yeah,
actually
'cause it
did
is
something
new.
if it was a
Yeah,
brand new. It's the
absolutely.
35th. It's the 35th one off the line of that make.
Holy
really?
smokes,
Mhm.
dude.
That's awesome.
It's new.
Yeah, but I saw it, and obviously, like usually, if it's your own thing burning down, you don't have time to go on your phone and post the story.
I mean,
so when
we
Felix
tried
posted, I
for-
thought it was like Felix because the video was also far away.
Yeah,
so like
I had
I
to
assumed
zoom in
Luke
to
was
recognize
was down with his sled. And I'm like, how funny it'd be. Just got a brand new one. I know it's nice. I've seen it. You know, I know he spent a decent bit of money on it. First ever time, it'd be hilarious.
Just burnt
But
the thing to the ground.
Still funny that it
Would
was
be
Felix.
Yeah.
It would have been funny. I would agree.
It would have been ironic.
I know I have insurance on it, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't have mattered. It'd been like, well, I'll call the dealership, ship up, and see what's the closest thing I can find to replacing it. But no, I made a corner and I looked back. I stood up and I kind of turned around to make sure everyone was still kind of following me up. And Felix kind of like looked at me. He started to wave his hands, and as he was like doing that, I like looked down and I could see just a spot of flame through like one of the air vents. I'm like, oh shit. Slapped mine off, threw my helmet off, threw my gloves off, ran over there, started shoveling snow. But the issue was, fire had burned long enough that it had melted the one side panel closed, so we couldn't open it up on the fire that was. So we were
Just to
trying
get it in
so we
and-
opened
yeah.
the other panel up, and we're trying to throw snow across, and
So
just wasn't
Felix
enough.
saw the flame when you
he felt it. I think. I don't think he saw it, but
Okay.
he knew something wasn't right because it got hot.
Because when you told me the story first, you turned
Seat
around and you could see a little flame.
I could
like
see
in
the flame.
front.
I could see the flame coming out from where the exhaust would have came off the two pistons, and it converges into becomes the exhaust. So it was something hot got hot right around
How-
the pistons and the exhaust.
How long has Felix been snowmobiling?
He first rode a snowmobile in 2021
Oh,
when
okay.
I
So he's
went
been
over
doing
to
it
his
for a little
house.
bit. 'Cause,
But
like,
like he hasn't. He's only went on one other trip to Michigan, and he's only rode around here just like minimal miles.
Right.
So I mean, he's really hasn't rode that much in comparison. Like I've let him ride our stuff for a while, and this was his first time ever owning
See,
one. So
at that much, I know myself. Having that much experience and having gotten a relatively new one, like I know it was older, but
I mean, it was
relatively
20
new,
years old.
I would have been like, dude, I didn't know this thing had like seat warmers. I would have kept going. There's no way I would be like, this is too hot.
Well, it was
'Cause
under the hood, so a little different. It's not like it was under your ass. It was just
Well, I didn't know how to.
so the
I
engine
don't know
sits like
how-
here, obviously. And
Right, it's in the front.
or in the front.
So when? Oh, I thought you meant you had seen the flame come out like licking.
No,
Because I didn't
could
know how
see
it was initially
through,
burning.
like there was like there's your air vents on your side just to like let a little
Were you-
air in.
Next to him?
So like I said, I was up and around, and I was like starting to make a corner
Oh, okay.
that was going to take us like through town, and I looked back, and it was just like a little double 90, and he was like in the middle, literally in the middle of the trail.
I see.
And I could
see.
look back, and I saw it, and I'm like,
Turn it
son of a
off.
bitch, turn that thing off. Fire.
And
It's on fire.
I was dying
Feel
laughing at the
fire.
picture of him with his
Laying-
stomach on fire, just
laying-
behind,
sitting down.
thumbs up,
Yeah.
accepting his fate.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
this is another question. What did you guys do the rest of the weekend? Because obviously you had to stay for at least like 2 nights, 3 days or something.
He rode
right?
behind Luke like on a horse.
Well, so we went and took the spare sled off, and we got to ride all the rest of the day on Thursday. Had a great day. Trails were awesome, brand new, good. Man, we rode 150 miles. Had a really pretty good day for fresh off of driving 8 hours all night. Slept. We woke up. It had rained overnight. Trails were shot at, missed shit at, and hit. We went online, or we called, either way. Took 2 nights off our reservation, accepted our fate for that Friday. We ate lunch. I fueled up the truck. We hit the road on Friday at 1.
Damn. So you just one
Or-
Thursday of
We
driving,
just got to ride one day,
and then
and we
went
came
back.
home. Pretty sad. I mean,
Yeah.
I really hate to drive 8 hours just for a
One
day.
Yeah.
The day we got to ride was awesome. And we did meet somebody who was here locally, like from over that way. And they have a house in Newberry, and we got their number and stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
next time we want to go
Cool.
up there, it's going to be like a hell, like assuming they're not using it. It's going to be like, hey, is your house available? Can we rent it for the weekend type of deal?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
That was really cool.
Because we ran into him. We were like, oh, we made really good time last night. Got up here in 8 hours, and his wife, like, scoffs. Like
that's how long it took us.
Like, no, like, it took you 8 hours kind of
Oh.
to laugh. And I'm like, well, how fast do you guys get up here? Because I got to take 2 gas. I take 2 fuel breaks at least for my truck. He's like, we got up here in about 6 hours. I'm like, 6 hours?
Holy crap.
How did you get up here in 6 hours? He's like, well, it might have been a little faster. I got pulled over on the way up here. Pulled over? He's like, yeah, I had the cruise set. I'm like, what did you have the cruise set at that you got pulled over? Because you get north of like the halfway point and you get back on 75, the speed limit is 75. You have to go be hauling to get pulled over up there. Especially because they know if you have a sled trailer with you, they're like, okay,
Nah, I'm not.
we're not gonna pull over somebody who's already spending money in your state and they're here to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Dude had his cruise set at 90.
Was he? Did he bring his sleds down, or was he just in
He
the
was
car?
bringing it. Well, he was bringing his sled trailer up in his truck.
trailer? Okay.
I was gonna say, I figured
His sleds
if they have a
were-
house,
his-
they leave it
That's what I
there.
said. That's why I'm like, oh, he's probably gonna say that he drove a car up there. That's
Yeah.
why he
No,
got there
so his
fast.
sled trailer. He was bringing his sled trailer with us with this impending white doom that we have right now, that we're probably not going to get. Okay, we can wait. If it's he's like, yeah, the cruise set at 90. I'm like 90. I'm like, what? I'm like, I was doing 80.
That's
I was
pretty quick.
getting. Yeah, it's
With the
moving
truck-
when
with the
when I
truck
have a
and trailer?
30-foot
Yeah, it's
enclosed
moving.
trailer behind me. Like that's moving. That's fast. I'm like, dude had a same size trailer as me, and he was doing 90. I'm like 90. He's like, yeah, I usually do about 90. I'm like,
That's crazy.
well, you got to think when you go up there all the time, you get comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Usually, you're not going to get pulled. Either way, so he got pulled over. I don't know if he never said if he got a ticket or not, but if he did, that's only a 15 over ticket. It's not even that bad.
6 hours. That is crazy.
He's like, yeah, we
Walking
usually have to
over.
take 1 fuel stop. I'm like, 1 fuel stop? How do you only have to take 1? He's like, well, I get 12 and a half, 13 miles a gallon pulling my trailer. I'm like, what? You get 12 and a half miles a gallon? I'm like, do you have to have a diesel? He's like, oh, yeah, I got a 2014 Cummins. Deleted. Delete it and tuned. I'm like, yeah, that explains
That'll
a lot.
do.
That explains why you're getting almost double what I'm getting in my truck. My gasser. Just had to flex on me like that. It was fun, though. I was like, what are the chances? We're at the bar, and you're just like, oh, where you guys from? Felix just starts talking people up
Yeah.
like normal.
Yeah,
Where are you from?
Felix.
Oh, we're from Ohio. Oh, where from in Ohio? Oh, we're from Fort Laramie. Because they kind of like looked at us and we were like, yeah, whatever. You're from Ohio. We meet a lot of people from Cincinnati usually up there,
Okay.
which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't.
Cincinnati's got money, though.
I guess.
So there's a little bit of that old money type of deal. But, yeah. Well, we're from Fort Laramie. no shit, we live like 15 minutes from you. And they're from Marion.
Okay,
So it's
yeah.
like they're literally right there.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of funny. Like, no matter where you go, you always run into somebody you know. Literally 15
I
minutes.
feel like Ohio, especially. I
We
feel
are a
like
well-traveled
We
state.
just go everywhere.
That is true. I will
What's
say
there
that.
to do in Ohio?
Yeah, I don't know what it
Which makes
is. I
sense.
guess it might just be because I'm like, originally I was like, Ohio is one of those places where like there's nothing to do really. Like it's
That's
not
why
that
we're
much.
well
But
traveled.
there's a
Rock and
lot
Roll
of
Fame,
states that are
I
like
think.
that. Yeah.
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 But no matter where you go,
And
you meet somebody.
Yeah,
Football.
Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we have both. They were both in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
sure.
the problem.
Canton, but
Can't, yeah.
That is very true. Now I think about it. You meet a lot of Ohio people. Like when we went to Florida for
Yeah, bro,
vacation this
it's-
summer, we met like
Like I'm pretty
4
sure
different families
the-
of Ohio people.
the joke is like to Floridians is that like Ohio people are always down there and Ohio people move there and if like you're a tourist like you're
retire
probably
there
from
and-
Ohio and
yeah.
then you
There's
there's a
retire
pretty
there.
good chance.
Like I remember going, I was for some reason I don't remember what, but we've gone to Florida a lot, and we were talking to Floridians, and they were just like, "Let me guess, you guys from Ohio?" We're like, "Yeah."
How'd you guess?
Something about that. That it also is easy too because you got
It's very-
75 goes all the way
Straight there.
down.
Or if you want flights out of Columbus, Cincinnati, or Dayton are dirt cheap to go
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale,
They're-
Miami, whatever.
I was doing this. I remember at Scouts a scout meeting, we were looking up for
Yeah,
spring break trips,
yeah,
and there
yeah.
is a company, a flight company that has it was Dayton,
out
right?
of Dayton, yes.
Dayton to Orlando. That was
That's
the only
thing
flights they
did.
do.
Every
The
day.
One company
It's like
every day, all day,
$90.
every day. It was cheap.
$90 round trip or $90 away.
'Cause they-
to
$90
Orlando.
round trip?
It was insane.
Because they could
crap.
slash
It was
their
so cheap.
They could slash their costs. 'cause
That's
it's the only
all
thing
they do.
They just specialize in that one thing. That's all they
There and
do.
back,
It's very
every
simple,
day.
very easy.
If
Just
they keep it
all
cheap,
day, every day.
they
That
always
was it.
have people who want to go.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
People always want to go to Orlando,
Yeah.
Florida in general, whatever.
Yeah, because it's Disney is a big one. That's in
Huge.
Orlando, and then just it's Florida in general.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we
Something
looked at
about
that.
that.
We're like, dude, if we can get down there even, just find a house kind of maybe within a couple hours of.
Bro, that's cheaper than driving.
yeah,
Oh,
probably.
it's not even close.
I'd say you have to fuel up 3 times.
It's probably pretty
At
close
least.
after you get like the fees and the bag fees and
You
taxes
should.
and
Here's
stuff.
the thing: if you're
They're
only
pretty
going
close to
for a
few
week,
tanks
if
of
you're going
gas.
on a trip for a week or less, you should not have to check a bag. And I stand by that.
Yeah, that's true.
You should not have to
don't
check
they
a
still have
bag.
like a carry-on tax or carry-on
Nope.
fee?
No, that's what we
So I
did.
think it kind of depends.
It's just
on
kind of
where you
included
fly.
in your ticket, but I kind of probably depends on who you're flying with.
So we stayed for almost a full week, and we just did carry-ons.
Yeah.
Dude,
I know
I
somebody-
can.
I know
After
some-
going to Alaska this summer, I think I could do a 2-week trip with just my Green Army backpack, which fits into carry-on.
Yeah.
I know somebody who found a way to mail all of the stuff for, I think it was just a week, but they mailed all of their stuff to the house they were staying in.
Nice.
That's
for like,
a good
For
idea.
like $10 cheaper.
Yeah.
And then they didn't bring anything on the plane except their like phone and wallet.
Phone,
Then they
wallet,
just-
and maybe
they-
one bag of stuff.
Yeah, they flew for, what is that, like 4 hours?
I
Yeah,
so.
about
It's like
4 hours.
Four.
Yeah.
They flew for 4 hours. So they mailed it like a week prior, obviously. And then the day they needed it, within like 6 hours, they just had it all there, unboxed it, and
Yeah, that's
set up
smart.
camp.
That's
That
cool.
is
It was
smart.
pretty clever.
Because
Good
they do
idea.
it by weight, and
Yeah.
I remember
They do.
seeing the
and there's
price
a weight
one time.
limit too.
Yeah,
So
there
I
is.
figured that
I think it's like 50 pounds weight limit for check bags.
nuts, dude.
And then if you go over that, I think they'll either charge you a shit ton more per pound over, and they'll charge you exactly, or you have to lose stuff. And you'll see people at the airport
Yeah,
just
they'll-
throwing shit out.
Yeah, they throw it in the trash. They just.
Dude,
Yeah.
You could. I
If
mean, that's
ever-
the other
If
option.
I'm ever in a dire financial situation, I am hanging out near the airport dumpsters. Makes
They
sense.
probably
I mean,
have
I
them,
would
like,
do that
clocked up,
anyways.
but
There has
yeah.
to be something good in there.
I'll find a way.
Probably.
Can't be that hard. Or I'll just try to get a job as security there.
See, I see dumpster divers all the time, and those have got to be fake.
Dumpster
right?
divers and
Like these
magnet fishers. They say they find I see
Yes.
stuff all the time about magnet fishers. How is it every day or every other day I get on Instagram Reels, I see somebody finding a gun? Is it that common that people
Yeah.
do a crime and choose throwing a
throw
gun in a
them.
river?
Probably more than you
But
realize.
how is it all the time? And I get that magnet fishers are like the only ones really to find them. That just
Yeah.
makes
Mhm.
sense. But oh my gosh, it's so constant.
Yeah, and just like I
How
see
many
the.
bridges over? Oh, that's where you're gonna throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dang, it's starting to make sense now.
There was a time during COVID. I watched a guy on YouTube, but he was like scuba diving in rivers and stuff, and
Yeah.
like going around and like
Was that
seeing what he could
Was
find.
it The Almighty? Maybe.
I don't think so.
I used
I
to
know
watch
them.
him. I used to.
It
watch
was
him.
really cool though. He'd just like
Oh, yeah.
go and swim around in a lake as a scuba dive and be like, And he'd trash. He'd pick up trash and stuff, but like he'd find legit
Yeah.
cool stuff
That's
all
cool.
the time.
But I see like TikTok dumpster divers, and they have got to be fake because he'll like whip it open behind
It's a
like,
brand new Apple
like I've seen a guy
iPhone.
pull out like just guitars, like full on brand new guitars, like nice, like Schecter and Fender and all these different guitars. I'm like, no way, bro. Even if those are like really broken or something's wrong with them, like they would still sell somewhere.
Yeah, they'd sell
like
off.
those are nice new
They'd sell it
guitars.
back to
He
a shop.
absolutely had to plant those in there.
You know what's way
or
funnier?
they'll go in and have like 50 boxes of shoes that are perfectly fine, and you just
Oh, yeah.
like, and they're probably not like any $500 type expensive ones, but they're still brand new shoes. I'm like, though, companies are not just throwing these.
You know what's
away.
way funnier though? Seeing the videos of people who bought a TV on like Facebook Marketplace, and it's just like the screen for like a KFC.
I did see that.
God, those are funny too.
It's a menu.
It's just a
fast
menu,
food
and you
menu.
can't do anything else with it.
I never thought about that. Yeah, they produce those just to hold that image.
I didn't
That's
know
it.
what those were. I thought they were
Or
just
that
like
B-roll,
monitors,
I
and
guess.
they would just put a screen up. But maybe I
They're
don't
probably
know how
way
it is.
cheaper than that.
I figured it was just big monitors.
I
And
did
yeah,
too.
they just uploaded the foot. Like there's a computer just
So they can
running
change
that
it.
somewhere,
Yeah.
like a tower.
It's still funny
Evidently
though.
not.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's hilarious.
I just saw it's completely fake. If a Temu, I guess if nobody else saw this, I hope this. If a Temu factory in China caught on fire, how much money do you think they would lose? Like would be this low?
$15.
Because I thought I saw it, and I don't know if it was fake or not.
I
It's
saw
just an
that
image
too.
of a Temu thing on fire, and they said like they lost a whole $65 or something like that. I don't know how much it would be.
I mean, it'd probably be a decent amount, but
Crappy
not
products.
near as
Near
much as
as
any
it's-
other.
Most
No.
warehouse, like an Amazon
if it was
warehouse.
a storage warehouse, they wouldn't lose much. If it was a production warehouse, they'd lose a lot more. Not even talking like future revenue.
Probably. See, that's another thing too. It's like I see like guitar ads all the time for like $80 on Temu, and I'm like, yo, even if this thing is absolutely garbage,
It has to be.
Well, I see Temu. This should be
$80.
illegal. They like their ads are ridiculously suggestive or deceptive.
They
Like, I
spend
saw-
like 80% of their budget, your yearly budget, on advertising.
and they're horrid. They're so cruel. So like they won't tell you exactly what the product they're selling is. Like the other one I saw, or one of them I saw the other day was, it was just a Apple cell phone. It was like an 11 or 12 or whatever. It wasn't the newest one, and then it had the phone case on it. It was a really like bland, like barely notice it phone case, right? And it just said like $10, and then it just gave the dimensions of the phone, which would also be the phone
Yeah.
case. And I'm like, that's got to be the phone case, right? Because I didn't even see the phone case because it was like clear with a black border.
Yeah.
And I clicked on it and I went down to buy it. It doesn't even tell you what you're buying. You just like it just uses the picture, which is ridiculous.
How much did it cost?
It's like $10, which isn't like that's like horrible for Temu.
I say that's really
That's a
expensive
phone
for
case
Temu.
for
For-
$10, yeah.
Temu and now TikTok Shop. Too.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do TikTok Shop because it's so cheap.
Honestly, I got those like I thought they're the same thing at first. Like I was just so confused because they're
Well, I've
both
seen
like the
people
same.
get,
Like
Yeah.
you go into
You
it and
get
it's
what you buy
so
for, what you
addy
buy.
and pop up-y. It's
and every
like,
2 seconds, hey, you get an 80% off. You get an 80% off. You get a 60% off.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try the Neuro gum though. That is something I've thought
Neuro
about.
yeah, I've seen those.
Oh.
I'm like, honestly, I think that's more. It has to be more placebo than anything. Because are you even really like consuming
Honest-
anything and
Well,
stuff?
supposed to be
You
like
said it, I can't
caffeine
buy it and
and
try.
L-carnitine.
Because then I know it's placebo.
What do you mean?
Well, that's the paradox. If you know something's placebo, it's not going to work. You can only know after.
No, well, not totally true. If you think it's a placebo, but you still think it might work, then it could still work.
That's a mindfuck.
Something still
Yeah, it is.
Like I've seen experiments with like prosthetic limbs. They'll touch prosthetic limbs and they'll tell you like this is a fake limb, like this is not your arm, and they'll
Well,
cut a
that's not-
finger off and you'll feel pain.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily placebo. That's a psychosis treatment. It's the placebo is a psychosis treatment, but not all. It's like a square and rectangle thing. Not all psychosis treatments are placebo.
So if something's not actually happening to you, but you're feeling a response, that's not placebo, or what?
Placebo is if you believe it is doing something, it's
gotcha,
gonna work.
gotcha.
But because they tell you, you don't believe it's actually your arm. You know what I mean?
Could you
It's
say
different.
your body subconsciously believes it, and that's what's making you feel the pain? Because you have to believe it in some regard, neurologically,
Well, I think
subconsciously, or
placebo,
consciously.
placebo
to feel pain.
relies
100%.
placebo relies on a conscious input to the unconscious body. Right? And so I guess the only aspect is if you believe the treatment will work, then it could be considered placebo. But I guess if you think about it strictly like that, it would be placebo. Because if you're told Nah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, if someone gives you a genuine medicine, you're going to believe it will work, right? But that doesn't mean that medicine's placebo.
Sure.
For it to be
Yeah.
placebo, it has to be like, it could work. But with something with a psychosis treatment like that, I feel like there's enough data and research to say, like, this is a genuine treatment that we're trying to do for you that isn't, like, faking it. You know what I mean? I know the imagery is faking it, but the treatment itself is a genuine treatment to solve this thing based on your illness or circumstance or
I guess more
physical state.
for the neurogum, it's probably one of those things where if I just gave you a piece of neurogum and just said it's normal gum, you probably wouldn't notice
Think
anything.
anything else about
But there
it.
probably is some science behind it. They put
Yeah.
something in it that when you
Maybe.
chew it,
Sure,
you
it
get
has
absorbed it
caffeine,
through your
it's got
I've
some
had-
other focused stuff or whatever.
Right. So then it probably like scientifically does, maybe you'll very slightly, but does have an effect. But again, if I were to tell you like, hey, it's just normal gum, you probably wouldn't notice anything.
Like, I found a piece of gum.
Maybe I've never tried
maybe.
it.
An
I don't
Enclosed piece of gum, not just loose.
I think it was on
Popped
Joe
it.
Rogan or whatever.
Know. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people talk about it. Yeah.
And it was, I just took it. I thought it was a mint because it was shaped like a disc. And I was like, oh, this is gum. And I definitely noticed. I was like wired for a little while. And then I found out it was it had caffeine in it. And so, like, I noticed it did something. So there's a chance whatever is in it, you would notice. And then you think something's different with it. But
You just reminded me. There's one day at work where me and Luke, we were working at Scott's one day, and we've been looking up, and we were all into like getting into the pouches and stuff, and we're like, "There's caffeine pouches out there, right?" Like basically, instead of nicotine, you just pop them in, and it's just caffeine. Because like
It was a
a
coffee.
lot of times we get up and we work early in the morning, so like a lot of
Yeah.
times we're tired, and it's a long day. So we get up, and there's this one time we're driving by, and we're like, yo, I think Casey's has it. And I think I did a little research, and I didn't really look into like what type they were, but I was like, hey, it's just caffeine on these pouches. Like, Casey's has them. Like, well, we're driving right past it, Casey's. We pull over, we go in.
Pull on in.
We go and we buy some. And like right as we're like at the checkout buying them, that's at least when I realized. I was like, oh, these are coffee pouches. Which again, they still have caffeine
Yeah.
in them, but I'm like, oh, these are not going to be as good. And we pick these out, and these are like these massive
They're
brown
just-
bag, huge.
like
Just
straight up
hogs.
black coffee.
Straight up,
it's
like-
like a tea bag, but
Yeah, they had flavors. Like I got like a citrus. Yours
I was
wintergreen?
caramel.
Caramel.
I think Tyson had like
Caramel
wintergreen.
Something like that. But so it's a coffee flavor with a little bit of that in it. But I just thought it was going to be a straight, just like citrus pouch flavor
Yeah.
with caffeine. But no, we pulled these massive brown
hogs.
hogs. We're like, we got to try them.
Bought them now.
Yeah, we each put in one. I'm not the biggest coffee fan. Terrible.
My caramel
Hated
one
it.
wasn't bad.
Okay.
I'm bigger on coffee than I was a year ago. So
I feel like if it will always have that little bit of coffee taste, dipping into that kind of realm of taste is just better. Like
it's a
caramel.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little sweet.
Yeah.
sugar.
A little sweet versus a little
That
bit of
creamy type
citrus.
Yeah.
I don't see how they would. I don't see how it's not possible they have something that's just like Zin's, like almost flavorless,
Well,
which is caffeine.
This has caffeine in it. It's not from like coffee beans. You can do it. You can get it from like green coffee beans.
They say green tea and stuff is like
Or-
another good one.
Yeah, green tea and stuff like that. Let me try to see what caffeine is in this, or did they just produce it?
Well,
might
you
be
just gotta
like an
upgrade and start
artificial-
ripping caffeine anhydrous.
Yeah, caffeine anhydrous.
You
can
sound like
either
Trucker
extract
Rob
it-
if you start inhaling anhydrous, dude.
Yeah, caffeine and you can either extract it from something and isolate it, or you can just produce it
I
somehow.
know
in the
every
lab.
single day I take raw caffeine. I take white
Yeah.
powder caffeine.
Do you know if it's extracted
That's-
or where it comes from?
Sounds
Almost
horrible.
consider just
I
doing
don't know where it comes
pre-workout, but instead of doing energy drinks before I go to work
Yeah,
or
but
when I'm at work.
pre-workout has a lot of the neurological stuff.
Perfect.
In it.
Yeah.
I need something to help my.
Just avoid the stuff with beta alanine.
I just need people to call me from like 6:45 to 8 o'clock in the morning.
If there's a day, if I was more separated at work, I absolutely would. I'd get on like a 5-hour call and I'd talk all morning, but like I'm in a pod and there's people around. So if I just get on a call and be like, yep, we drinking tomorrow or what? My boss would be looking over the cubicle.
Like what?
We
That's why we have the LinkedIn chat. I guess we never use it anymore, but during the summer we'd always text to
Yeah.
like group of 5 or 6 guys. And I have LinkedIn on one screen and when I'm actually working on a different screen, sit there and type, yo, what's the plan for the weekend, boys? And talk about something random.
I don't even care. Like you could just be like, "Yo, what's going on?" Like you could talk about literally nothing. I
I
might
know,
just
but-
ask you about what you're doing
yeah.
because I just need something like. Because I bought myself one of them cool trucker headsets.
I got
Yeah, it's
That's
got
awesome.
the full mic and stuff
Nice.
next to my phone.
That's
It's pretty cool.
God, that's so sweet. You probably look like such a trucker up there.
I
with
don't
your
have
full
it yet. I'm
headphones.
still on
Oh,
order,
okay,
but
so-
like it's coming in.
Yeah.
Like I'm totally gonna like fit the bill soon.
That's awesome, dude.
I need to get a pair of aviators next.
Yeah,
and start
yeah.
wearing cowboy boots and jeans every day.
and then either smoke out of your truck or have a toothpick.
Need some old cowboy or the old trucker toothpicks.
Yeah, I even have a few like outside friends that work at Crown too, and we are texting in our Teams chat all the time, and it is nice to have someone. And I thought about like maybe let's just get on a call, but then I'm like no, because we're probably gonna just talk about random stuff, and you're not supposed to be on calls
At work.
at work that are just like.
personal.
So he's starting fantasy, and it's just like
Yeah.
that are so off topic.
I think I'm probably gonna just talk to Tyson. Be
Yeah,
Like, yo, Tyson, once you send your wife and your kids away, call me.
like
Huh?
the school,
What?
Like
the school
what?
work. The school,
To school.
work, yeah,
Jeez.
What are you doing with Tyson?
Ooh, Tyson's
speaking of
my
those,
boy.
speaking of those cowboy toothpicks, did you say that?
The old school
You said
trucker toothpicks, yeah.
Do you know what? I saw it on. It wasn't like just a social media. I can't remember what I was on, but evidently, it was a not so uncommon thing for truckers to dip like soak toothpicks in like hash oil. Yeah. and then
Cocaine.
What's hash oil?
it's
like a marijuana.
kind of liquid form, and then they take it, drain the hash oil into like different container to like do the same thing later, and they just have like 100 toothpicks that you suck on.
It was either that or the big one, really, like back in the 70s, was like cocaine. It would be, they'd have
Cocaine
them.
toothpicks.
Yes, it was cocaine toothpicks, and they just keep you freaking
Wired.
wired all night long.
And it's probably just a real small dose.
And
You're
now
just
there's that's
lightly
why now
consuming,
it's why
so
there's
like
such
good
like
booze.
hard like drug tests to be a commercial
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah.
You got to pass every
Well,
single.
you suck on one
You're not allowed to have.
to start the day, and then you suck on one to end the day.
Just have one
No
all
one-
the time.
No wonder you carry around toothpicks all the time.
Oh yeah,
Do you say?
He does.
I do have toothpicks in my leather
I
jacket.
picked up that leather
No,
jacket
and the
he always
other
wears because I left it in my house. I had to give it back to him. Pick it up. I'm like, what does he all have in here? This thing is like actually heavy, and every pocket is full of the most random shit I have ever seen.
I need it. I need them. I need them.
You gotta have it.
I had my wallet in one for one thing, and then
Yeah.
I had toothpicks in the inner jacket or inner pocket. I had like coins in the inner pocket. What did I have in the other pocket?
I didn't check any
It
of
was
the
something
pockets.
funny. I can't remember because I got it out and I remember bringing it inside and I laughed. I'm like, I hope we didn't see that. It was embarrassing. I'll think on it. Oh, it was a porcelain lion.
What?
What?
It was a porcelain little lion figurine.
Why did you have that?
Why not, dude? It's a good luck charm.
Okay. Okay.
We'll go with that.
Sure.
Don't look at me like that.
I'm just stroking my beard.
Your goatee.
Good beard, by the way. You grew that back up quick. Or else, I guess I didn't notice.
I never got rid of it.
You did?
I didn't.
Really?
I never
I
got rid of
thought
it.
you.
I thought he shaved it.
I was
Am I
saying, I
crazy?
thought you had it shaved before No Shave November.
Yeah, that's when it was.
That was the last
Oh,
time you
that's
cut
what I
it.
thought.
Yeah. Okay. That's the last time I
So
remember
2
you.
months. It grows like that. It's good.
It's pretty good for 2 months.
Not bad.
I can't get any color.
Kind of fun.
There's one time you shaved your beard specifically because I said something in the
Yeah.
game the one time.
Yeah. It was time for it to go. I've been like needing a reason. And it was like, because it's probably around the same time, but it just like
Yeah.
didn't look as good as like November's over.
We were
I'm like,
playing. Oh, what's the game even called?
I don't remember.
Forget the game.
I
but
don't
like
remember what we were playing.
you whisper a question to the person next to you, and then
Like telephone?
no, then you say the name of the person for the answer, and then you flip the
Oh,
coin
it
or
was
whatever.
Paranoia.
Paranoia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and someone asked, he's like, "Who's the most attractive
You never
guy
played
here?" Or
Paranoia?
whatever. I'm like, Devin, but specifically if he shaved his beard. We get home that night, and he sends me a video of him just.
That's another thing too. Is my electric razor broke? The one we got at Lowe's for
No.
like $6.
Oh, my.
It was the steal. We were walking through Lowe's and they were like on sale and like in the back, and we're like, all right,
Well,
for
okay.
$6.
If you go to a Lowe's or you have a Lowe's close to you, just go in there like every other month and go to the back aisle. Like it's all the way in the back. There's like 4 or 5 bays worth of just junk they want to get rid of, and you'll find stuff like that.
I like
It's
doing that
usually a
with-
steal of a deal.
I look doing that with Dick's Sporting Goods. You know how they have
Yeah.
like the maze you have to get past the freaking labyrinth before you can check out.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the stuff that's like discounted or whatever, but they just put it at a like this is its price. You know?
Discounted.
But it is discounted, like you can tell.
Or you just go to Ollie's and their entire store.
Oh, Ollie's is
entire
phenomenal. I love that place. I haven't been there in like a year. I should
But-
have went there for Christmas shopping. That'll be great, dude.
Gonna get
Here's a
it
lamp. I know you didn't want one, but
It was cheap.
but it was $2.
Looks
You
like it's
appreciate
$2.
that, right?
Appreciate the deals.
Yeah, but if you do go to Ollie's and you see a drink that's called True North
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
really cheap,
Don't buy it.
don't buy it. And if you want some, tell us. We'll send you some.
We got some.
We'll give you a trial run.
So there's one time. Were you with me?
I think so. 'Cause we got those
I
in
don't think
Dayton,
I was
didn't we?
with
I think we did.
Yeah.
I was getting them. I was gonna get some drinks for the cabin or whatever, and I went out there and we found some teas, and then we found what we like to have out here too is energy drinks. So I walk in, I see his energy drinks, and it's like 12 of them for $10. And I'm like, for energy drinks, I'm like, yeah, and they're the smaller, like skinnier cans, so
It's
they're
like a
not
12
as big
ounce
as that.
can,
But I'm like, still, that is a steal. I'm like,
yeah.
and I'm looking like they got watermelon flavor, they got like lemon lime flavor. I'm like, Luke, grab
Let's
like
try one.
grab like 3.
Let's
grab like
try
3 packs, and we load up. We take them. Never had them before, but I've heard of them before, and I've seen them, and they have a fine looking can, nothing special.
It can't be that
Yeah,
bad.
I'm like, yeah, I take it, because I've had some cheap energy drinks too, and they're fine. They're energy drinks, but we take them back. Get here, crack one open. Horrid,
Dude.
Absolute trash.
The
And then I try it, and I give it to Zay, and he's like, you know what? This is drinkable. Like, it's not
yeah,
good. It's not bad.
I finished it.
And then he finished the first one. And then a couple weeks ago, we were in here, and he's like, I don't really want one. I'm like, try one. He's like, have another one. You said you like it. He's like, all right. Cracks it. This is terrible. He's like, they changed.
Well,
they changed.
well,
They've
well,
been
first of all, they're
fermenting.
expired now. Second of all,
They're sealed. They're in
the
a sealed
first
can
time,
now.
the first time that I had one, the smell was better than the taste, and I didn't say the taste was good. The second time I cracked one the other week, the smell was like hitting smelling salts, dude. Like it knocked me on my ass.
Jacob's going to get
My
one so
head
we can
went
all try
back,
it.
dude.
One
Just
second.
crack it.
Oh,
Hold
yeah.
your nose, like breathe out. Hold your nose, crack it, and then give it a good whiff.
It's kind of like
you will recoil.
yeah.
It's bad.
Unlike Devin's whiskey he got at the liquor exchange,
That was very
that stuff was money.
Oh,
It was a Jim Beam.
Smooth.
Jim
That's a
Beam,
Jim- that
aged
was like-
7 years. It's like
Yeah,
a black
It's like Jim
label.
Beam- I think it's just
All
Jim
right,
Beam
hold
Black.
your exhale.
I mean, I've had it. I've smelled it before. I've
Exhale.
tried it. You
Exhale.
haven't. You haven't smelled it or tried it. Oh, yeah.
See, that sounds delectable.
It sounds fine.
Wait, you went,
Jacob, give it a.
Devin, you went to a
So I
liquor
have had these
exchange?
before once because actually my mom got them,
Okay.
got me one once.
Were they watermelon though?
I believe I was a green can and the red can, but it's kind of
Watermelon has to be
left
the
my memory.
worst
So
drink
we'll see
flavor.
how this goes.
It's just hard to get right.
Melon's just awful.
so bad.
Doesn't it? It tastes like how feet smell. Right? Did you whiff it?
Yes,
Yeah, I told
that
you.
is atrocious.
It's like smelling salts, dude.
Oh my god!
You probably wake up better if you just sniff it for half a day. It
smells like aerosol, bro. Yes, it's horrible.
Come on,
You go, you go.
give her a whiff.
I've had it before. So
I can
the
smell it
smell
from
was.
here.
Did you not smell it
Expectations
before
are
you
so
drank?
low right now.
Okay.
drink it and then smells it.
Should I do the opposite order or
Yeah.
same order? You think?
I think smelling it might get you ready to drink it.
That doesn't smell that bad. I smell watermelon.
have to activate it.
Oh, I'm getting a little bit there. I
Yeah,
smell
Toss
something
it.
in there, bro.
Toss it.
There it
You
is.
just gotta-
Yeah, it's like green, bro.
Give it a big one.
It's like a mix of like when you cut a lot of weeds. When you cut a lot of
Activated.
weeds and it has that, like that,
Yeah.
that green.
We should put an Alka-Seltzer tablet in there and then
Yeah.
just let it.
I think it is strengthened when you. I barely smell it, but I think when I try it and I taste it, then I'm gonna really smell it.
Like I said, John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just tart. It's honestly
pretty good.
better than I remember. It is
So-
drinkable, but it is like just tart. And like,
I'll give it this, right?
Yeah.
It's not entirely bad. It says immunity support, plant-based, no GMOs, and gluten-free, and then it's got no artificial flavors or colors, no sugars or sweeteners, and 0 calories.
so it's like a super organic, super
Yeah.
healthy, basic flatline energy drink.
Yeah, it's really good in terms of that.
for you.
Yeah. And it's got like a bunch of vitamins and stuff in it. So there's that.
So I guess if you would like maybe
Smell
mix
it,
it,
like-
if you would mix it in like a morning smoothie, and you'd get
Ooh.
some type of fruit that's really
No,
strong,
that's an idea.
and you just down
like a
Mix it with,
strawberry,
like a mango or something,
strawberry pineapple, or
or
something.
strawberry,
like
yeah,
some
All right.
fruit
Dude, you know
that
what
just
might really work?
Be on to something.
Be like a strawberry banana body armor.
and use that
and
in the water to get the
You
energy.
know what it might be?
and just dump it into.
You know
one
what
of
I think
those.
is like
I'd like
mixing
doing
it up
that
really
anyways.
bad. We were talking about the origin of certain like caffeines, right?
Sure.
I think I'm smelling coffee beans. Can we give it a retry real quick? Just sniff it a few times until you smell coffee beans. I swear you can get it. We got like,
Kind of just smells like barf, to be honest.
give it
Ugh.
you got a bad nose. Give it a look. I firmly believe somebody else should be able to smell
The
that.
taste is
I know I'm
honestly
not
isn't that
crazy.
bad.
It's not awful. It's
not.
better than I remember, but it's
I
just
can
a real
smell it
bad
on the first
aftertaste.
whiff.
The smell is
On
horrible.
the first whiff, it kind of smells already.
The taste
like,
isn't bad.
So it says they got it from
it's natural.
green coffee beans.
It just reminds me of White Claw so much.
Really?
Palate cleanser.
That's what White Claw tastes like. Exactly, pretty much.
I would honestly agree with that statement.
I like White
Thank
Claw,
you.
so I'm fine with that. I don't
I don't
taste it,
mind
but I
them.
can kind of see how
See
it's
where I'm coming from though? Like that just
Yeah,
flat,
that-
watery.
at the end. At the kind of
Yeah.
like the
Yeah, that bit at the end.
Yeah.
I agree. They have
It's
the
just
same
like
thing.
that flat, sparkling water taste.
yeah. It is weird.
All right.
That is actually like perfect
Nasty.
timing.
I
So
hope you were entertained.
yep.
Yeah, sounds
Please
good.
subscribe and follow our Instagram and TikTok. It's at Speaking Sporadically. We thank you guys for listening. We'll be back in probably about 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll have a good episode for you guys there.
Word.
Thank you.